We remain with two topics in this now. One, we'll see first how to um, last was about might be of check boxes might be. So which controls we have to just 1 second. Solution Explorer, JavaScript 24. Acha, this was creating external JavaScript. That topic it was creating external JavaScript file. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So first we'll see radio button example we'll discuss. After that, we'll proceed with rest of it. Right click, add new item, HTML page, demo.js 25.html. Okay. Here I say gender, input type equals to radio, name is equal to RPN gender, ID is equal to gender M, value is equal to, or I'll write the content directly. Value is equal to male. Beside it only, I'll have one more also. Select this, copy. Then R ID F, female. Two radio buttons. Okay, let's run and see what is the status of this. 25. Right click, view in browser. Yeah. Oh, text you're not getting. Okay, any one is selected, that is fine. But I should get no. Okay. Cancel this. Cancel this. Better you write your text here as male, and here you write your text as female. Okay. Two control. Save. Come back again. Rerun the code. Now select. Now select. Okay. Depending on whichever I click, I want some text to be flashed. Some alert or document dot write something. Depending on whatever you select. Okay. So for that reason, what I do now, here I'll write script type equal to text oblique Java. Okay, script block is created. Then what do you need now? Here I write document dot get element by ID uh, of RBN gender, नहीं ID ना, GENM dot add event listener, click comma F1 function. Similarly again, document dot get element by ID, GENF dot add event listener, click comma F2, another function, or same thing you call, doesn't matter, F1, both I'm calling with F1. Now write function F1. Now in this function F1, I want to write a message, whatever you have selected, or whatever the text you have specified. Okay, so I better say here like this. What I say is string where s is equals to document dot get element by ID, GENM dot value. So here I will write value also is equal to male. Okay. Here also I'll write value equal to female. Okay. Now I write here if s equal to male, document dot write break line male radio button is clicked else document dot write break line female radio button is clicked. Let's try whether this will run the code or not. We'll just check. Allow blocked content. Male radio button is clicked. Okay, for both of them you are getting the same. Then separate functions you should write. S1, S2 equal to document dot get element by ID, GENF dot value. If S2 is equal to female, this is S1 equal to male. And I don't want to write this document dot write, rather we'll go for alert. Male radio button is selected. Same thing I copy here, will overwrite, and I just change this text female. Okay, let's go. Else. Come back, refresh, and try again. This is fine. Both of them are getting with the same text called what? Male. So I have to write two separate functions. Yeah. Two separate blocks you create, F1, F2. And write respective code. Now press. Okay. Yes. Respective block. Same like switch case what we have done. Two separate functions. For what it is? Radio. Any one will work. Okay. If you have checkboxes, write the logic for checkboxes. Multiple checkboxes can be selected. Okay. Now, connecting with this, right. Next, now we will see how to debug the JavaScript. So like I meant to say, how to check step-by-step working of JavaScript as you're doing in Visual Studio in C# programming. The way you check your code for execution of line-by-line code with F11, similar type I want to do for JavaScript now. Okay, so there are some rules. In that rule, one rule is add one file first. Add new item demo.js26.html. Okay. Now in this, I'll write excuse me. Now here I'll write first script type equal to text oblique JavaScript. In that, I'll declare sum equal to 0. Then for I equal to 1, I is or equal to 10. I, excuse me. I plus plus sum plus equal to I. Sum plus equal to I. After that, now we want to display sum. Excuse me. Document dot write sum of two values is plus sum. That's it. This is the code. But what is your aim now? You want to test this code, how it goes for execution in a step-by-step manner. That is what your aim is. So for that, first rule is under Internet Explorer, because I'm executing my code in Internet Explorer. So I'm saying that. So under Internet Explorer, I want you to disable script. Disable what? Script debugging under Internet Explorer. Chalo, check them. Search iExplorer. Yes, Internet Explorer. Yes, in this Internet Explorer, file, file, tools, internet option. Tools, internet option, advanced tab, go there. And in this, now you can, here it is there. Disable script debugging, which is actually checked, unchecked. It's enabled now, like reverse, apply. For Internet Explorer, I'm saying. Okay. Disable script debugging. Okay, I removed it now. Okay. After that, what you have to do in the code of JavaScript, from wherever you want to, check the code, there you have to write debugger as a statement. What's the statement to be added? Debugger. That statement you should add. Okay. After adding this, now what you have to do is execute the file. Over. We already disabled. Okay. Now go to Session Explorer, doc 26, view in browser. Yes. The moment I click, now you see. Allow blocked content. You're not getting output there. You're not getting output. Rather, it is asking you. What is it asking? Available debuggers. 17, 10, 12, 13, 17, everything I have with me. So I just want to debug the code in that already opened application, which is already there now. That only I want to use. Say okay. Go to the program. Yes, now you can see that yellow colored line will come here. From there, your code debugging starts. Here, one yellow colored line will appear for us. Yes, debugging started. Continue now. Step into I1, 10, added, I++, true, 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 true. Coding is getting done. Finally, it comes out. Displays the answer. Go to browser. Answer. Sum of two values. Sum of natural numbers actually. I said two values. Sum of 10 natural numbers is 55. That would have been my actual answer. Sum of 10 natural numbers. Sum of 10 natural numbers is answer. That is how you display your what? Debugging part. Two things are important. Open Internet Explorer, uncheck that disable script debugging. And second thing what you have to do is okay. Second thing what you have to do is compulsory from whichever the line you want to have the code execution step by step. Exactly above it, you should add a statement called debugger. That's it. Two things. Code execution will happen as it should. F11 you have to press to test the code. Okay, that is one part. Last example. Right click, add new item, demo.js27.html. Demo.js27.html. Okay, save. Demo.js 27. Now what do you want to do? I want to display time on browser. Time I want to display on browser. So how do you display time? And that time should function also. That is also important. Function. The time should what? Function. How? First I create span. For this span, I'll give ID as client time. Client time. Because coding is being executed on my machine. So obviously, this itself is client. Okay? Browser. Wherever browser machine. So my browser machine, my time will come. Like my system time will come. Client time. That is ID I'm saying. ID. Okay. Now, what else you need is, now you write script tag. Script type equal to text oblique JavaScript. After that, you have to write now. What you have to write? You want time now? So for that, you have to create object time. T equals to new date constructor. So T will contain date and time both now. T will contain, okay, better I write like this. You assume it as date time. DT. Date time. Both it will contain. DT will contain what I'm saying? Date and time both. What do you need? From that date and time, you want only time na? Okay. Acha, where do you want the time to display? I'll even apply style here. Let me apply. Style equal to color equals to blue, dark blue, I'll give, semicolon. Background color, colon, aquamarine. What else we have? Bisque. Font size X large, width 70%, colon 70% width. And in place of span tag, I should get the time. I gave all these styles applied. Okay. Now, what else you want is, I say here, document dot get element by ID. ID. Where you want the time? Client time. Client time dot inner HTML is equal to date time dot to local time string. Yes, this will extract only time. This will extract what? Only time. And interesting thing is, it will this there should be a code execution for this now. Should execute now. Whenever I execute my this file in browser, that date and time object should be created, and from that date and time only time should be extracted. We are not doing anything for that. So in order to execute the code, what I will do here, I'll put these two lines of code in function. So I write function f1 and I'll close somewhere here. Yes. Now what do you want? function should be called? When it should call? The moment this file is executed in browser. So for that I write here body. There is a event called onload is equal to function called f1. What is the function called? F1. It means body of this HTML file. The moment you get it in browser, F1 function will be called for execution. F1 function will be called for execution. What will happen after that? The moment F1 function is called, then date object is created, and from that date time is extracted. Okay, and that should continue now. It should continue. So to continue that, JavaScript provides a special function, set timeout. Which function you want to call? F1. And for every how many milliseconds you should call? 1000 milliseconds makes 1 second. Chalo, save this and run. Now I should get my requirement. Solution Explorer. Right click on demo.js27, view in browser. Allow block content. Yes, it's running. Every 1 second, it is recursively calling that function. It is recursively calling that function. Yes, that is what is happening in this code. That's it. This concludes your Java. Allow block. Yes, that's it. We are done. Tomorrow's class में. But my suggestion is every example